If you are going to raise a vegan or plant-based child, just know that criticism is going to come, but you're doing the best thing for your child. And if you see them thriving, not being so sick as often, you have that support to back you up. You have community and research and proof to back you up. So don't let that deter you from giving them that type of lifestyle. If you don't know me already, my name is Trederica and my social media is at myblackgirlroots. I started my social media in 2021. If you follow me, you also know that all of my content is all vegan, all plant-based, all holistic content. So I have a vegan toddler. I myself have been vegan, on my vegan journey since 2015. And of course, what always sparks people's interest is that my toddler is also been vegan since birth. So a lot of my content I post is my meals of what I make her every day, what vitamins and supplements she takes because she's been vegan or plant-based since birth, and everything about her lifestyle since she's been born. And the most frequently asked question, of course, is my fiance vegan? And yes, he is as well. Most of my content was already on TikTok, but then I moved over to Instagram in May of 2022. Because of my amazing followers, I went from about 1,600 followers in May 2022 and skyrocketed all the way to 150,000 on Instagram within just a year's time frame. And then in February of 2023, I've moved my audience to Facebook and ended up gaining about 89,000 followers just in a few months. And now I have over 400,000 followers across my platforms. I decided I wanted to make a little Q&A for my followers, and you guys submitted your questions that you wanted me to answer. Before we get into this video, go ahead and push that button to subscribe to me so you can get a notification about all my new content. So I have all my notes, and let's get to the question. Question number 1, how did my vegan journey start? So I actually started my vegan journey in 2015. I was inspired by my uncle, who has been vegan since about 2012, I believe. And he really inspired me to do that. And I really just wanted a healthier lifestyle for myself. I didn't really have, I guess, any particular goals or weight goals or anything like that. I was already pretty small, so there were no particular weight goals or anything like that. I just really wanted a healthier lifestyle for myself. So I began making your typical processed vegan meals. If you go to my social media, you'll actually see some of those first meals that I made being on my vegan journey. Not pretty, but they have definitely evolved over time. And someone also asked me, was it hard in the beginning of my vegan journey? And I would say yes and no, simply because I feel like I didn't have all the information I needed because it still was, you know, pretty early. Now that plant-based eating and veganism is really popular, there's a lot of resources and creators like myself that have all the information for you, but then I was just eating a lot of processed things. Yes, I did feel better, but the combination of those whole food plant-based plus the process was not ideal for me. Of course, now I like to focus on more whole food plant-based meals. If you don't know what that means, it just means that I like to cut out a lot of processed vegan items and focus more on, you know, my whole foods. So if you guys don't already know, I do have a vegan toddler ebook, and someone asked me, will more books be added, will more recipes be added to the ebook? So no, more recipes will not be added to this ebook, but I will be releasing another ebook soon, so please stay out for that. But there won't be more recipes added to this particular ebook. My ebook is for beginner parents that want to have a vegan or plant-based lifestyle for their children. So it's just a few beginner recipes that can help you with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks to help you kind of on your journey as you're starting. I also have included the vitamins, some of the vitamins and supplements that I give my toddler on a daily basis, and some of her favorite snacks and appliances that we use in our kitchen. You can find a link to that ebook in the description, so go ahead and look at that. And that actually moves me to my third question is, what are some common myths or mistakes to avoid in order to be successful and healthy in this vegan lifestyle? The first myth that people believe is that veganism is automatically healthy. So if you are vegan, you know that there again are a lot of processed foods in a vegan lifestyle, because veganism just means that there's no animal products. It doesn't mean that it's healthy, mostly vegetables, fruits, or anything like that. So that's really one of the common mistakes that people make when they start their journey is, again, like I did, is starting with those processed things and just kind of staying there. It's very important to evolve and learn about healthy plant-based eating rather than just, junk food vegan. Again, depending on why you are vegan, that is very important for your lifestyle as well. Another mistake that people make is shopping with no direction or goal. That was actually another mistake that I made early on in my vegan journey, is that whenever I would go grocery shopping, I wouldn't have a grocery list. So I would just really be going around the store trying to figure out what I wanted to eat or meals that I was used to, and trying to replicate them with processed vegan items instead of trying to figure out a more healthy plant-based way to make those meals. So that's another mistake that people make. So instead of per se making spaghetti with Impossible meat or Beyond Meat, I could have made it with walnut meat and changed out my white noodles for something like chickpea noodles. So that way I'm still getting the meal that I want, but I'm not using those processed things that are detrimental to my health. And then the last mistake I would say is having unrealistic expectations for yourself when you start this journey. I wouldn't say that I had any expectations for myself when I started. Please do not expect yourself, again, depending on the person. Some people can go cold turkey, but some people cannot. So if you step into a vegan or plant-based journey and think that you're gonna go from eating meat, dairy, and everything that you want to eat to automatically going vegan or plant-based, that may be an unrealistic expectation that you're making for yourself. So it's a little bit better to start off with one meal a week that is vegan, or a couple of meals a week that are vegan, and then slowly transition yourself to that lifestyle. Because most people that do try to do that, going from eating whatever they want to a plant-based lifestyle, usually end up going back to eating what they were eating at first, because they didn't give themselves enough time to adjust and actually find the meals that they like, experiment, and all of that. So that is definitely a major thing, a major mistake that people make. Question number 4, what are some ways to transition young kids to a plant-based diet? My toddler has actually been vegan since birth, so she's never had any meat or dairy products. The best thing that I can tell people is try to give them things that they are used to, just as the advice I would give for somebody that is older trying to transition to a vegan or plant-based lifestyle. Always choose things that you are used to for your recipe or meal inspiration. So like the example I gave at first, which was spaghetti. Easy example is, if they're used to eating spaghetti or love the meal spaghetti, you can easily transition and swap out their noodles and their sauce for a plant-based sauce, then use something like walnut meat or mushrooms or something in their spaghetti, so that they don't really notice the difference. And you really just have to put those flavors in there so that they, again, like that meal, they're familiar with that meal, but don't know that it's 100% plant-based. And just like I said with adults, do not expect them to fully transition overnight. That is really an unrealistic expectation for yourself and your kids. So definitely give them a chance to slowly transition, add more fruits into their diet, add more veggies into their diet, and most importantly, get creative. If you follow me on social media, you know that I have a ton of videos of creative meals that I do with my toddler. She likes colors, she likes shapes, just like any other kid. So I make her fruit and shapes. I make her fruit colorful with blue spirulina and different other beetroot powder. So many things that make her interested in eating her food, but they're healthy things for her at the same time. And question number 5, have I ever had an issue with her eating any of my food? I would probably say about 10% of the time. Maybe she doesn't like what I make for her, but the other 90% of the time, she's gonna eat. She loves to eat. She's always been that way. She loves her food. So if I put it in front of Maddie, she's most likely gonna eat it. And again, because she's been plant-based since birth, she's used to eating those things. She's used to eating a variety of veggies. She's used to eating a variety of fruits. It's just her taste buds her taste buds are already adjusted to this lifestyle. So it's not that hard for me to get her to eat certain foods. Like, yes, she has her likes and dislikes just like every other kid. But again, no different from anybody else. Question number 6, what vegan vitamins and supplements do I give my vegan toddler? So again, if you watch my social media, you'll see that I have posted about the different vitamins and supplements that I give my toddler on a daily basis. So they're 3 that I give her, but she may get them at different times. So for example, one of the vitamins or supplements that I give her is sea moss. Once a day I give her at least a teaspoon of sea moss. If you're not familiar with sea moss, it is a type of algae or seaweed that has a lot of vitamins and minerals for your body. So it just helps to build immunity. It gives us antioxidants. Again, everything that we need to, you know, fill those gaps in your diet. If we do not have that, I do of course, you know, give that to her, you know, every single day. But if we don't have that, I also do have a multivitamin that I give her. Then that brand is from Llama Naturals. Again, that link is going to be down below if you want to check out that brand. And then I'm actually by my joy with her vitamins. So hold on one second. So she's actually out of these now, but these are, let me see if it'll focus. These are the vitamins that I give her, which are Llama Naturals. And then this is actually the last one that I give her, and it is a multivitamin from Garden of Life, and it is a powder, which I thought was really cool. So it has fruits, veggies in there. Again, a complete multivitamin that's, you know, both vegan and plant-based. And of course, Llama is just a gummy, but it's completely whole food, plant-based. It is the world's first complete fruit gummy, so that is really, really good. So that's why I really like that brand. And they also have a prebiotic, probiotic that I like to give her as well, so I usually just pair them together. And then as far as the sea moss, I usually put them in her pancakes. I put them in oatmeal. I make sea moss hemp milk. So all of that is a part of her vitamins and supplements. Anything else outside of that, I don't really give her. She did used to get DHA omega-3 by LiveWise Naturals. So that vitamin I don't give to her anymore because she gets a lot of those things through her diet. But if I ever needed to give her that, again, I do have a reference for that, and the link is going to be down below in the description. Question number 7. What are some easy go-to meals that I make for my toddler? So just like myself, my toddler is a pasta girl. So I like macaroni and cheese for her. She likes a variety of different, you know, pastas with red sauce or marinara sauce, or, you know, regular tomato pasta sauce. I like to blend it, any type of pasta sauce that I make for her with something like hemp seeds for extra complete protein. If you're not familiar with what a complete protein is, it just means that it has all the amino acids that you need or require for your body. Things like almond butter toast, fruits, pancakes, tacos, quinoa fritters. I make these really amazing 3-ingredient quinoa fritters. There's actually a recipe in my ebook with all the seasonings and additions that I use, but they only require 3 ingredients. That was a really, really popular video that I posted on both TikTok and Instagram, so you can go check out that video, but it's also included in my vegan toddler ebook. And again, as I'm listing out these meals, like, I had to really explain to people that whatever normal toddlers eat, quote unquote, or whatever every other toddler eats, I just veganize it for my toddler. So she doesn't really eat anything different from anybody else. So like, yes, the ingredients are different, but as far as like the base meal, so pizza, pasta, you know, burgers, all those type of things, she eats those things. I just veganize them for her. So when people ask me what type of meals I make her, I usually just tell them that, and they're kind of confused, but you have to just realize I just veganize regular meals. So her pancakes, I just use a plant milk instead of regular milk, or flax seeds instead of eggs. Those are simple swaps that you can make, but you never notice the difference. And then there also are some meals that normally toddlers would not eat that my toddler absolutely loves. There's actually a video on my social media of Maddie eating her lentil and spinach curry, and she was absolutely enjoying it at 1 year old. So there are a lot of meals that she enjoys that a typical toddler may not like, that she absolutely likes. And I put the lentil and chickpea curry over quinoa, and again, quinoa is an additional complete protein as well. So now we're on question number 8. When and how did I stop breastfeeding? So I, of course, have been breastfeeding since my daughter was born. She has never had any type of, you know, formula or substitute when it comes to her milk. I know a lot of people ask me for substitutes when it comes to formula if they cannot breastfeed, but I personally do not have any recommendations that I feel comfortable giving out to people that they are giving to their infant, you know, to, you know, grow and develop. So that is just one thing that I choose, of course, not to recommend, because I've never personally experienced experienced, giving my daughter formula. But again, she has been breastfed since birth. She did not stop breastfeeding until she was 3 years old. She was breastfeeding a very long time. Again, she is now 3 years old. So it was just a few months ago that I completely stopped breastfeeding. She did wean her own self off. I didn't really have to do anything on that front. We really just started with doing breastfeeding at night and a couple times during the day for nap time, and then over time she just really stopped doing so it wasn't really, I guess, quote unquote, so much of a challenge to stop breastfeeding with her. I just really let her do it on her own. I also know that breastfeeding her since she was a baby helped her immunity a ton, in addition to her diet, because she rarely ever get sick, ever. So that is definitely one of the perks or the advantages of giving your child a vegan or plant-based diet, is that it truly helps with them building their immunity and their health for when they are older. And of course, now I rarely see my daughter with a snotty nose, stomach aches, ear aches, all the normal things that usually kids would get that she hasn't experienced thus far. So I really count that as a win on our end as parents. So I definitely love that about the plant-based lifestyle, is that we're able to keep our health in check by eating healthy. And question number 9, what are my go-to influencers for inspiration? So off the top of my head, I can think of 2 different pages that I usually go to for inspiration. They're going to be by Ashley Renee and both Black Bros. I think it's blk.bros on Instagram, and I will put it somewhere in the video so that you can see who they are. But they are both Instagram pages that have to do with raising vegan toddlers or vegan babies, and I absolutely love their content, because as a vegan influencer, and specifically a vegan mom influencers, I get a lot of negative comments and reactions to me having a completely vegan family, especially having a vegan baby and raising a vegan baby. So it's really nice and refreshing to see other families have completely plant-based families and are thriving and enjoying their lifestyle. So I know that there's, again, a lot of slack that I get on my social media about that, but it is a awesome community that we have on Instagram with sharing recipes, sharing out lifestyles, and also helping our followers as well with the same thing. And let me tell you, if you plan on raising a vegan or plant-based toddler, be ready for those comments, because it's not normal right now. It's not a normal thing to do for families, and people are not used to that and always are scared of something different. There's a ton of research that says that it's healthy for them. There's a ton of resources for you. So if you are going to raise a vegan or plant-based child, just know that criticism is going to come, but you're doing the best thing for your child. And if you see them thriving, not being so sick as often, you have that support to back you up. You have community and research and proof to back you up. So don't let that deter you from being that parent or giving them that type of lifestyle. The last question number 10, have I ever thought about giving up my vegan lifestyle? And no, and I'll tell you the reason why. When I first started my vegan lifestyle, it definitely sparked some changes in my body. So I've been a lifelong person that had a lifelong sickness, I always told people, because I had very severe allergies. Like, I would always be sneezing, I would always be stocked up, like all of that. And once I transitioned to a whole food plant-based diet, like all of that changed. When I switched over to that type of diet, like my cycles got better. I had less headaches. I had, severe headaches before and migraines, because I actually thought that, I was just, too stressed about something, or maybe again, it was just something that I may have eaten that day, or which it was that I did not know. But so there were a lot of things contributing to that, but a plant-based diet definitely helped me with a lot of my health issues that I had. So of course, sometimes it's more convenient to want to eat something that, is animal-based, or something that's, quick, fast, food. So it's definitely harder in that sense. But as far as like wanting to switch all the way back over to a animal-based diet, I can't really see myself doing that, simply because of the benefits that I've gained from this lifestyle. So I don't know if switching back will do something some type of damage or to my progress that I made within this lifestyle. So to answer your question, no, I do not see myself going back to, you know, that lifestyle, simply because I love the way I feel, you know, living a whole food, plant-based vegan lifestyle. And that is all I have for today. So if you can, go ahead and leave me more questions in the comments that I can answer for a part 2 of my Q&A. And then also go ahead and like and share this video and follow me on all social media platforms. Bye guys.